Level 1 Jesse Webb, Traders Pro. Market conditions mildly bearish in a bull market. So we've moved back down from bullish to mildly bearish. As we're working through this retracement, we've got momentum which has worked itself back into this middle zone. We've got breadth and sentiment which haven't moved a whole lot here in the last few days towards the upper end of this range, but we certainly will see that start to happen. We're also seeing buy-sell ratio which has come way off its extreme levels now. This being the extreme level, we've now worked ourselves back together again. One of the things you'll notice on this line is the number of buys. The number of sells has not spiked, but the number of buys has just declined significantly. So we're still kind of stuck in that range right here. We'll take another look at what that looks like on a chart here. Sentiment also pulling back off of that overall upside. Oftentimes this sentiment line will find some support. If it's in an uptrend, it'll find support at this 50%. If it's in a downtrend, it'll find resistance right around that 50% line here, with these upper ranges 85 and 10 being the extremes. So we're on the S&P 500 at least working our way back towards that area, possible support area here for S&P 500, and also some support area on S&P 500 right here with just this price point. And we'll see if we move lower than that. If we do, this 461 area is going to be the next play for S&P 500 to find some support. I think that actually would be a really good area for some support, a little bit deeper retracement, allowing for some time to digest this overall rally this direction and prepare for a different setup, a little solid base going higher. But we'll see what the market gives us this week or this upcoming week. If we take a look at bonds, we're seeing that same retracement essentially in bonds to TLT, which is the 20-year Treasury bonds, pulling back here to some support. Could pull back a little bit deeper. A day or two would put us back into almost that 95 range, just a little bit lower. Then we've got a lot of resistance here as well, moving across this direction. And so some areas of support potentially coming in here for bonds and stocks. Let's take a look at some of the sectors. Sector ETFs are starting to see a lot more downtrends, shorter term downtrends, and haven't seen anything move over to a full sell downtrend yet. But and we may start to find some support right here at these levels. We shall see. Commodities also looking good, with gold being where it is. We've talked about it each morning. This uptrend, countertrend retracement, and still in this momentum zone up in this range where we want to see it continue to hold. And at least we want to see it to continue to hold for an overall uptrend. It's been a really solid move. It's sitting right at a major, really, really long multi-year resistance area, so it could find some resistance. It is finding lots of resistance here on this 193 area on GLD, and that if it could rally and break through that level, that would be a pretty significant area for gold. If we take a quick look at some of the muscle stocks of the group today, we're seeing a lot of those crypto, Bitcoin mining stocks starting to come back in again. They've been really, really volatile. Marathon, for example, this really strong uptrend and retracement over this 1 year time frame. If you look at this 6 month time frame, you can see it pulled back to that 382, had gone straight up, and now has a new uptrend here as well. Lots of these stocks that are starting to pop into that new buy list today, and they all have similar price patterns, but they all may have had a deep enough retracement that they could start to find some support right here. One other idea for you, don't forget about this muscle ETFs area, because it also it's a nice way to look for current trends that are happening, but you may not have to buy this individual stocks. Like, for example, these top two are Bitcoin strategy or Bitcoin miners. So this top one here, I don't know exactly all the details on it, but it probably includes all of those stocks that we just looked at. So if you're looking for something that may participate in that without owning just one of the stocks, but owning a group of those stocks, you can see it's still pretty parabolic, but not quite as straight up, and would participate in multiple crypto mining stocks instead of just one. So WGMI is worth taking a look at, or adding that to the watch list. Another one here that's really working right now is dry ship bulking. A lot of those shipping stocks that were moving yesterday, BDRY is an ETF that owns all of those. So remember those ETFs. There's a lot of them out there. Take a second to, once you click it, go out and do a little bit more research on that as well to see if that works for you and your overall portfolio and strategy. That'll do it for today's update. If you don't have full access to the software, you can sign up with the link below, and we look forward to having you. Have a fantastic day today.